Hey there YouTube, it's MathBoy. Welcome to my second of two videos from my trip to the Westmoreland Mall Card Show. That was on Saturday, October 26, 2024. And here's a list of the other shows that will be rather local to the Western PA, Eastern Ohio malls. That's put on by Joe of Joe Sports Cards. There's his email if you ever want to get put onto his email chain. My first video showed a big purchase that I made of all TTM feel and from Bryce of Stay Classy Sports Cards. He's the one that puts on the big sports card showcase show at the Washington Crown Center. And then I purchased two others. This is one we'll show here. The two purchases. This came from Bobby, who's a vintage Joe I buy from, and another guy who I only see set up at this show. So yeah, I actually purchased three separate things from him. I was racking up, going through his binders, looking for TTM feel, and it's like, let's just square up on this, and then I'll look through some more binders. So this first one, now this is TTM feel, mostly. I actually did pick up one of my team set cards. I only need 5 more Pittsburgh cards for all of the 1960s Topps team sets, and I did pick up one of them. But there's 81 cards here, 95.25, paid $80. So, you know, you can see the names, Ted Sizemore, and get a good idea of people who sign autographs. Skip Lockwood. This is the card I needed. It is sharp. It's a good-looking 1969 card for the Bob Veal. Very good. Glad to get that. And then we just got a whole bunch of TTM feel. I'll go rather quickly, but like I said, if you want to check out some names, maybe there's some names of guys here whom you didn't realize signed TTM, but there's a list of players whom I was trying very hard to document and start getting cards of them. So, heck yeah. I have a feeling a lot of you may not be as interested in checking out these names, but that's okay. I mean, as a TTMer, appreciate when people do that, so. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of cards here, and when it was all said and done, I got 81 cards. 95.25, but for $80. So I spent about $1 a card, which, you know, these 1976 commons, you could argue, that's not a very good price. Yeah, but their condition's pretty decent. I mean, they're not gradable. I mean, that looks pretty nice. But, I mean, they're going to get sent through the mail and get a little bit beat up, so it's totally understandable. But I was just crushing my checklist. Look at all the 75s here. Dang. I really hit the 75s pretty well. I mean, I might have had about 20 to 25 cards on my list, for all I know. 1969 Ted Sizemore signs. Try to highlight who signs out of the dualies here. Cisco Carlos signs. Takes a lot of time to look up the players and see what cards they have, and then try to organize so it's like you can try to buy as many of them as you can. Jackie Moore signs. But he gave me a nice deal there. You know, I hoped for about 10%, and well, he gave me $15 off, so it was pretty close to 20. We'll call it 18%. So I got a nice deal on these. Maybe he doesn't have as much money into these cards. I would imagine that's the case. Little 79 Topps action. The Pirates won the World Series that year. Very cool. Well, got a nice amount of 79 Topps here. I did well. 72. He had 2 different binders of 72, if I recall, so I just hit the one binder. And then looks like we might be finishing this stack off with the 78s. Which I have a decent amount of 78s. So you can see that it's like I wanted to square up on that because there was still about 5-6 binders I hadn't looked through yet. So we did that. Then I will look through some more binders and pulled out 14 cards, $37.25. So there were some higher price ones, some higher-ish numbers. And we hit for $30. So once again, 20% off instead of the usual 10. So we got some 1964 of Jay Hook. That was the Dick Reese or Rich Reese. Now, Joe Nessick signs. So this was for Pat Bork. Okay, that was a little bit pricier. The 59 Fred Kipp. Good stuff. So 30 bucks for that stack. And then this stack. So I was done with the binders. This card was 50% off, so he had 30 bucks. This was $15 for an ElRoy Face rookie. I mean, it's a bit worn, but heck yeah. 53 Topps ElRoy Face, high number, rookie card for 15 bucks, yes. This was a Terry Steinbach authenticated rookie from Topps Archives Fan Favorites for $4. These are like in-person autographs. Never heard of the guy, but that's an old Indianapolis uniform here. We got some Brewers coaches there. I think there's 3 autographs there. Pretty cool. Mike Williams, the former cardiac kid of the Pirates, on his rookie card. Really neat card there. I mean, I wasn't going to pass that up. And then we got the old Bowman here of Del Crandell. I mean, that's awesome. This would have been $35. Hit me for $30. So, Bobby, thank you for the nice deal. And then the one gentleman whom I bought a slightly expensive card off him in the past. A Mickey Mantle card off of him in the past. And, well, these are nowhere near that. These were in his bargain bin. This is a 64 blank back for 20 bucks. It's like, well, I have all the Bob Skinner cards signed. Let's get a blank back signed by him. Here's a Notre Dame sticker. I know who's going to get that. For $5. That seems really expensive. But you know what? Let's give the guy a business. He's a nice guy. Here's a TCMA card. I'll send that out to Bill Mazeroski, and some random double bubble. Was this a gum card of some kind? Send it out to Steve Blass, because Steve Blass is awesome. 31 bucks. He hit me for 30. He said, you could pick out another card from the box there. I said, no, we're good. I didn't want to. I mean, I appreciate the gesture, but I was ready to leave at that point. I'm sure I could have found something quirky like that. That was a $2 or $3 that he was willing to throw in for free, which was really nice of him. Sometimes you just, you know, say, no, thank you, I'm good. It's time for me to take off. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what was your favorite. The ElRoy Face rookie for 15 bucks? Heck yeah. I upload 3 videos a week, a TTM video on Monday, and an autograph and or trading card video such as this one on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So yeah, I really would appreciate it if you would like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Take care, everybody.